Feel incredible!
It's not a cartoon, it's anime! Yes.
Back in this bitch.
We back. Welcome to another. Oh shit.
Welcome to another episode of.
Welcome to another episode of AnimeShun. Half the squad is here. I'm back. Your fearless.
In this bitch, but a lot more rich. That's a lie.
Your fearless leader is back in here. I was gone. I had some things I had to take care of, so I didn't leave y'all just to leave y'all.
Your ass was gone the last episode.
But yeah, we're back to the AnimeShun podcast where we review anime and we talk our shit, and also we do little one-offs, man. We talk about certain topics like we're gonna do today.
Yep.
We're missing our boys Brennon and our boy Rob.
Yep.
They got some stuff they got to do. One's not in town.
Brennan's still a bitch. Shout out to Rob.
We got Ice here.
You know what it is. This is part of the. What this is. This is the greatest fucking anime podcast in the world.
Okay, and we have myself. I literally just flew in, so yeah, man.
He walked in like, bro, I don't know what the fuck is going on. I just need to get my thoughts together.
I'm gonna be real with y'all. I might say some shit to y'all today that doesn't make sense because I'm so delusional from this, from the lack of sleep I've gotten in the past pretty much week and a half.
Speaking of shit that don't make sense, I was doing a little research about like underrated characters, and I stumbled across a list of like 11 things you didn't know about Dragon Ball Z. And then and I posted this in the chat too, so shout out to the chat if you're not in it, hop in it. But one of the things that I came across was I was talking about Dragon Ball Z, and they was talking about how Toriyama forgot that there was a Super Saiyan 2 form.
Yeah. I heard about that, yeah.
I was fucking dying. So then this is like the transcript of like the interview that they had. And this like Shonen Jump or V Jump. They said, do you write your notes down anywhere from for that sort of background information? Like they're just talking about the show and stuff. He said, no, I do not. That's why I keep on forgetting things. He's like, if I don't forget stuff, new ideas won't come to mind. For example, did you know that there's a Super Saiyan 3? There's like, yeah, when the hair gets long. He's like, I didn't know that. The whole time I thought that was Super Saiyan 2. Like, he fucking forgot that there was a Super Saiyan 2. He was just like, yeah, I just drew his hair long, and then somebody came to me and was like, hey, you know that there's Super Saiyan 3. He's like, no, it's 2. He's like, no, it's 3. You made 2 a while ago. He's like, oh, shit. Like, he just forgot a bunch of shit. He forgot characters. He forgot Launch. He drew Launch like 2 different ways. He just like, everybody loved Launch initially with Dragon Ball, and then like the beginning of Dragon Ball Z, and then she just disappeared. And he's like, oh, I just fucking forgot that she existed. And it was like, how can you just forget? You
need assistance, bro. But I heard that a while ago that he kind of just like he'll just forget stuff all the time. And
when they did the Gods movie, and he made all the promo, he drew Android 18 with purple hair, and then Toei was like, bro, what the fuck? Like, why you keep drawing Android 18 with purple hair? And he's like, don't she have purple hair? He's like, no, like she has blonde hair, you jackass. And he's like, oh, okay. So he had to redo all of the promo for Android 18 in the Gods movie because he drew it with purple hair.
You better put some respect on Toriyama's name still. At the end of the day,
he's
put respect on
he's
that.
He's still a GOAT. But
on his forgetful ass.
I just thought that was hilarious.
Yeah, so that's what we're going to talk about today. We're going to talk about some of the most underrated characters and that we think. So these, of course, we're going to want your comment section. I might even read from a list that some people have put out. And y'all let us know if y'all agree with who we pick, and then who y'all think are some of the most underrated characters, man. Yeah, we can let's kick this off. One of my first ones is and I hated this dude, but Rob always made a good point about him. Mumen Rider from One Punch Man.
One Punch Man.
Yeah. I gotta say that he is definitely overlooked with his lack of skill set, but his bravery, his heart. He ain't no bitch out here.
He pull up.
He pull up with all the smoke.
He pull up.
He want all
he pulls up with the fucking on the bike.
Yes. And I gotta give it to him, man. I've ridden like them fixed gear bikes.
Yeah.
Nigga, them shits is tough to ride
when
for a
they
long
shift
time.
And then the shift gets stuck, God damn, you be in shift 6 and you supposed to be in 3 for the terrain.
Yo,
He be, man.
I gotta respect him just for that right there, just for having to ride that bike.
I respect him for pulling up and wearing what he wears. His outfit is garbage.
Yeah,
like
it's not a superhero outfit. It's horrible.
That shit is terrible. Like he looks like a fucking meter man made. Like
yeah,
he looks terrible, and he still pulls up with the shits and gets smoked. By the way,
he gets smoked, but he's with it, and he kind of he has actually kind of like delayed these people and like helped out like until some people got there.
Yeah.
So he's actually been not not necessarily the most important part, but he's definitely he's played a part to where like all right he kind of stalled some people, which is actually good in these particular instances.
He saved a lot of people's lives.
Yeah, he did. He has, and also too. I mean, I the reason why I had a hard time liking this dude was this he's wearing his helmet. You gonna wear the helmet? You a hero. You ain't gotta wear the helmet, dog. You ain't gotta wear the helmet, man. I'm just but
no, I get it.
I think he's definitely underrated because I mean I underrated him. I shitted on him tough. If y'all go back to the One Punch Man episodes, I was there.
Yeah,
every episode he's trash.
He is.
He's garbage.
He's as trash as he is clutch.
Right, and then Rob always came to his Captain Saber Mumen.
Yeah.
Came to his fucking rescue, was just like, I think Mumen Rider's actually kind of like this and that. I'm like, ugh. So when I was looking at the list and I was seeing the people that I was thinking of, I was like, I mean, he put his bids in. So yeah, I give you that. Who you got? Who you got as one?
I got a long list. One thing I want to briefly say when you're talking about people that pull up with the smoke, and even though he was a main character, I feel like he was underrated. I'm just gonna talk about him really briefly. Gone. I feel like Gon is super underrated, like, because he pulls up with the shits, but I think a lot of times between Hisoka and Killua and, like, all the other stories that's going on, he kind of plays the back a little bit, and I feel like he's super underrated just because main characters.
Let's talk about underrated. What are we basing this off of?
I think
because are you talking about underrated in the actual anime, or are you talking about underrated in the anime world, how people view them?
I think it's a combination of both, and I think it's a lot of some people that I say they're not underrated as in skill set. They're more so underrated as like I feel like they should have got more time or they should have got more love.
Yeah, I would say I don't think anybody has gone underrated at all.
Yeah, from a power level standpoint, like
right.
He's that guy. Like there's no question. But I feel like the love that when people talk about Hunter x Hunter, like Gon isn't the first name out of people's mouth. It's the Killua, it's the Hisoka, it's the you talk about King. They talk about the King a lot. They talk about the ants and stuff like that. They talk about the spiders. Like Gon is at the bottom of a lot of people's list. Not in the sense of like power level and what he does. It's just more so of people bring up Kuroko like more than they bring up Gon. And this is just through what I've seen. Even before I watched Hunter x Hunter, I thought like Killua was the main character, and I thought Kuroko was the main character. Like I didn't know Gon was that dude until I watched the show, and I'm like, oh shit.
Well, I know because I know when you talked to us about it, Brennon and I, we both because he wasn't our favorite character. What's the name? Killua was both of ours. I like Kuroko a lot. And Liedio, he was comic relief.
Yeah.
But I think I don't know. I can't put Gon as underrated. But I see what you're saying in the sense of like the people that you probably talk to about it. They don't really put him as the guy.
Yeah, and I'm talking about against, and then also too in the spectrum of main characters like the Naruto's, the Goku's, the Thorfinns of the world. Like Gon doesn't really ever come up in the conversation of like main characters.
Well, and I get what you're saying too because there was so many. And Hunter x Hunter, this is why I said it's one of the best animes in my opinion. There were so many dope ass side stories that were so dope that it took away from Gon.
Yeah.
Like a lot of these other storylines that they had, you kind of took away from him to where he wasn't the guy that had to get it done. And a lot of times with these main characters, like these animes, the main character, he has to come save the day.
Yeah.
Gon wasn't doing that all the time. Like at certain points in times he was, but these guys had individual battles where they fought by themselves and they had to win by themselves.
Yeah, I feel like his defining moment, and it was kind of turned. It kind of turned into the Gon show after that. Is like when he was waiting for Patu to get done healing that girl, and then he sat there and was like, "I want the smoke."
Yeah, that was gangster.
and I'm gonna whoop your ass when this is done.
Yeah.
And he just sat there. I think that's when he was like, all right, y'all, like, I didn't let everybody have this show, but now moving forward, this is fucking me. Like, Killer was, sit your bitch ass back there. Like, this is me. But that was 120 episodes in to where he got to that point. So I feel like he's kind of underrated in the world of, like, main characters.
Yeah.
But somebody I do really feel is underrated, is I feel like Zenitsu is super underrated in Demon Slayer.
I would 100. He was on mine too. I have to agree.
Yeah, I think he's super underrated. I think he gets a bad rap for how soft he is, or how much a bitch he is, or how he shies away. But like, he gets busy, especially like people that's only watched the anime. They might not understand it, but he gets busy. Like right after the movie, when they talk about the movie, because it's already done in the manga. Like right after, but the movie and there forward, he is with the shit.
Man, I don't know who's up. I don't know who's caught up on the manga, but dog, Demon Slayer, the manga, man, bro, that shit is
crazy.
Yeah, I'm caught.
And I wasn't a fan of Demon Slayer, as y'all can tell from the anime portion, because like I said, it wasn't trash. It was just like checking boxes. But the manga turns up all the way, and I can't wait to see that stuff animated. Like the movie is going to be super dope because people fucking die. Like people die. Like people you like die, and I fuck with it because of that. But like Zenitsu, like as the story progresses, he is with the shit. But I feel like at any point, even when this stuff gets animated, I still think he's gonna be underrated.
Yeah, I mean for him, the reason why I hate him because everybody came in there. Like at first, I didn't have him underrated because I told you I think when we first started watching that show, the first thing I saw was him. I thought he was the main character because the first clip I saw was him. Like that's when he cut off the first demon's head when he was like asleep. His first actual moment. That was the first clip I ever saw from Demon Slayer. So I was like, I thought he was the main character. I was like, this motherfucker's dope. Right. And then when it got to him just being this annoying, but it's like he has that switch.
Yeah.
You know,
he has a switch for sure.
Yeah, and then even some of like the other pillars, like I feel like some of the girls, I guess I can't get into it because shit, that's in the manga.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
you feel like they're underrated?
I mean, there's a moment when they're.
You talking about the love pillar?
Was it the love pillar? I guess. When they're fighting. It's in the manga though. It's like when they're fighting. I think one of the
close your ears if you haven't.
Yeah, this is a spoiler alert. Spoiler alert.
Brennan, go away.
Yeah,
turn it fast forward.
You can fast forward it if you want, but it's pretty much when they fought. I think fought the demon too, the second demon, and then was it the love pillar or the other?
No, the love pillar was with the fourth one. When they was in the woods and they had the dummy.
Right. So no, yeah, this is the I forgot who she was, but she was with the butterfly girl.
Oh yeah.
And then the old girl had to do what she had to do, and then she had to take over. And when she was hanging in there. I didn't think she was that strong at all. Cause she came in with them.
Yeah.
She was a beast. She held her fucking own.
Yeah, I think those pillars like they I can't really say, but like
when you read the manga, because it's gonna be a minute before this shit catches up.
Yeah.
So like I said, it's just still on the spoiler.
It's gonna be like
part.
At least 3-4 years.
Yeah. If you read the manga, the pillars, dog, these upper moons.
Yeah, oh, they're no fucking joke.
Oh my.
It take a couple like it's like Tanjiro, the three Inosuke and Zenitsu like with pillars, and they
struggle with the fucking upper moons. That's how dope these upper moons are. It's like I'm thinking they made the pillars like too over. I was like, man, they gonna make these motherfuckers overpowered. Hell no.
Right.
They might be low key underpowered. To be honest, in this bitch.
If anything, they underpowered because I'm like, okay, pillar's about to get after it, and then even the pillar that's in the movie.
No, don't give it away, man.
Goku, like he's fucking.
Don't give it away. Don't.
He's a dope. I mean, all of them are dope.
Yeah.
All of them are dope as shit. But yeah, back to Zenitsu. Yeah, he's super underrated.
Yeah, and I actually wish, even reading the manga with Zenitsu, I wish he had a little bit more smoke in there.
Yeah.
But
when he gets it, he gets it. He gives it. Yeah.
Yeah. So I agree. I'm with Ice on that one. I agree that Zenitsu's underrated, but he is a motherfucking beast. Who else you got?
You gonna like this one. I think Goblin Slayer is underrated. I think he's super underrated. I feel like he does his job. and I feel like he's damn good at his job, and that's slaying goblins. And I feel like we gave him a lot of shit for getting smoked and his ass whooped, but I feel like he's super underrated, and I think just for that reason, he's calculated. He's with the shits, and he knows his job.
Here's why I'm having a hard time agreeing with that one. Is because how is he? To me, I'm like, how is he underrated? Where you could say he just does his job, but when it comes to doing anything above and beyond, he can't get it done.
He needs his fan.
Yeah. So how was that to me? I'm like, I would say he was underrated. Like, this is all he was trained for, and then when some smoke came to him, he was like, yo, he came through and was like, yo, Goblin Slayer, he put that work in. It's like
he kind of did too with the scroll. He planned it out. He got fucked up by
I guess,
but he came in with the water scroll.
He had a plan. Okay.
Yeah. So I think as much shit as people give Goblin Slayer, or at least us, I think this underrated is more for our people, because a lot of people love Goblin Slayer, and I necessarily don't understand it.
Yeah.
But I think it's more so for us he's underrated because of the amount of shit that we gave him, myself included.
Yeah.
But he's prepared, and I feel like how calculated he is super dope, and I think especially how trash his goblins are, and with them rising and getting better, like Homegirl couldn't even fuck with the goblins. For him to come through and do some shit that the highest warrior couldn't, I thought that was super dope too.
Man, fuck that show. I just can't. I can't. I don't know. We can go back and forth a little bit. Yeah. I gotta go with Kuwabara, man.
I fucking knew he was gonna do Kuwabara.
Yeah, because I was just looking again, and I remember just watching, and I know I gotta still finish up a Yu Yu Hakusho, the other seasons, but man, that dude is he is determined. Yeah. He wanted Urameshi all the time, and then even when he was fighting that big ass demon when they're trying to get to the I forgot what it was, trying to get to those next levels, and he pulled out the sword and he got the sword going. Yo, and he was getting mopped.
He was getting his ass whooped.
He was getting mopped, but that motherfucker.
His character development is good too.
His character development is good. I think we were calling him. Were we calling him the Vegeta?
Yeah, Vegeta. Yeah, Thug turned into love.
I gotta give him. I can't give him Vegeta. I feel like Vegeta has better moments. Well, I haven't finished Yu Yu Hakusho, so maybe I'm wrong. But from what I've seen, I do think he's underrated, and I do think that he's actually his sword is super dope. Cause I was just like, man, this shit is trash. This little fucking little thing, he pulls it up. I'm like, man, get this nigga out of here, bro.
Right.
And he has came through, and he wants all the smoke. He wants all the fight with everybody. So I got to go also with Kuwabara. How do you feel about that?
I feel like he's good. His long head ass. I feel like
he's that stereotypical that character that was in like in every anime that we fucking watched. It was like, yo, this is him again.
I think it is too. I think especially compared to like his peers, or I guess his rivals at first, and then he got into the gang and stuff. But like I feel like it, like I said, with this character development and stuff, and he started like being like oh, okay, I kind of fuck with y'all, like
because you look at somebody like he's a monster.
Yeah.
And who was the other one? Kuwabara.
Yeah.
He was a beast. Like they're all. If you look at all of them, they came out the gate like, yo,
what's up? Yeah.
They dope, and we all laughed at kind of Kuwabara. He's kind of like the comic relief, and you're like, all right, what is this little power, this little stupid ass sword?
Bullshit out of here.
But he has came through and proved his own. So I gotta give it to him. Yeah. Would you consider him more of the Yamcha?
I don't think he's taking L's, but he ain't shied away from the L. Yamcha shied away from some L's. Like he was just like when he heard Frieza was coming back. Yamcha was like, I'm good.
I feel like Yamcha wanted to smoke early, and then
he did until he realized the power levels weren't even close.
Yeah, he's not like Tien. Tien still wants to fight.
Tien still pulls up. Fucking Chaozu still won't smoke.
Does he?
He does. I think Nappa kind of fucked it over for him a little bit, but he always was willing. Like I think it was more so he reciprocated whatever Tien was on. So Tien wanted smoke. He was like, this is my guy, so let me just ride for him.
Okay.
And I think Tien's kind of underrated. I got another Dragon Ball Z character.
I'll give you 10. I won't knock that. So who you got
think.
next?
Well, I don't think he's underrated. He just didn't get enough love as I wanted him to, and I think that's Piccolo, whatever his name is.
Yeah, he's got good because of the movie, and I know a lot of people wanted him actually to become, I guess they call it canon or whatever like that. They wanted to bring him in, which I thought would have been super dope.
That would have been dope.
Yeah, I can't call him yeah.
I think he just didn't get they should have put him like out there. Like, for him to do what he did and to hang with Goku, like I feel like that was dope. Yeah. And for him to like just fuck up hell like he did, like I think that was dope too. So I just feel like he should have got way more love than what he got.
Yeah, I can. Yeah, okay, I give you that. I'm gonna stay Dragon Ball with you too, and I'm gonna go with Hit. I feel like Hit got the short end of the stick because he was supposed to be, to me, the next dope character. And when they brought Jiren in, they were just like, yeah, fuck Hit. Yeah, they literally threw Hit to the side. He got smoked.
He got his ass whooped.
After being
he killed Goku.
Yo,
technically.
Yeah, technically. And it was just like, I felt like they dropped the ball again. It's just like when they dropped the ball with Gohan. Yeah, I feel like they dropped the ball with Hit to make this dude super, super dope.
And Jiren just super regular, like looking. Hit looked dope. He had his coat, long ass coat. Was it like he ain't the most extravagant looking motherfucker? Yeah, but it matched who he was.
When his character design came out and I saw him, I was like, he's going to be my new favorite character in Super.
Yeah,
and they just they gave him justice in that small portion. But I was thinking he was going to they got to give him something. I don't know if it's going to be the next movie. Yeah. They got to give him some type of arc because they did him dirty. And I think he's more powerful than what they showed. Because even with Jiren, I mean, I guess they're trying to showcase, all right, yeah, we showed you how strong Hit is. But we're going to show you how strong Jiren is by showing how weak Hit is compared to Jiren.
Yeah, just to give him something. But the power levels, that's a running joke about anything Dragon Ball. The power levels, it's just like...
They're done. Who cares about the power levels?
It's like a kid is really making those power levels. But then you got like a Brennan-ass type kid just like, no, you can't be more powerful. Let me make another person. Like, oh, I'm you powerful. Oh, yeah.
Shots of fire at Brennan. Brennan can't defend himself.
That's some Brennan ass shit. Like, oh well, how do I get out of this? Oh well, he's way more powerful than him. Like, but he killed Goku. I don't give a fuck. Like,
yeah.
And you see, Toriyama, he forgot shit, so he probably fucking forgot how strong Hit was.
You know what? He might have.
He just was like, oh, okay, I don't give a fuck. Jiren here.
Who's this guy again? Get him the fuck up out of here, man. Get him up out of here, man. Who's this guy? Throw me for the Jiren, get his ass whooped.
Get the fuck out of here.
So, who you got? Who you got next after that?
Now that it come to mind, since I just want to stay Dragon Ball for a minute, I feel like Cell never got his just due. He got his just Cell. I feel like he got his just due when he was there, but like they never brought him back, and I feel like he was the dopest among all of the. I mean, Frieza is the face.
But would that be? But let's stay underrated though. Would that be underrated though? Because when he came in, wasn't shit underrated about him, and he gave everybody 100% the business.
And that's why I didn't want to put him on there because I feel like he wasn't underrated in that sense. But I just wish he would.
I think that's a whole nother episode. Characters that should have came back with the vengeance because y'all done brought Frieza back how many times, fam? How many times?
Cell ain't came back once.
Fucking
give me Cooler. He was fucking dope. I like Cooler. I mean, he came back in Heroes a little bit, but
Cooler. Remember, he's also considered movie. He's not.
Yeah.
He's considered a movie guy, and they don't really even mention him much in the series, I guess. Because I would love for him to jump into the series too, and either team up with Frieza or they kind of have their sibling rivalry to where it's like.
Because Cooler's a good guy in the Heroes. If y'all watching that. But.
Yeah. So you got anybody else?
Yeah. I feel like kind of Mako from
underrated.
I feel like she got a lot of spotlight. I just wanted her to fight more. I think that part.
She had zero fighting skills.
Yeah.
So I can't. It's hard for me to give her underrated. I think she served her purpose. I think in the one season that Kill la Kill had for her. She served an amazing purpose.
Oh yeah, she was one of my favorite characters. I just wish I wanted when she got her fight, like her Goku suit and shit.
Yeah,
I just wanted to see more of that. I think that's what I think.
I mean, I think she would need another season because I think at that point she would have to develop her fighting skills because she had zero fighting skills. She was literally there for comic relief and motivation for Ryuko. What's it? Ryuko? Yeah. She was literally motivation for her and comic relief. So I feel like. Yeah, I get what you're saying because I feel like some of the characters you're saying like you wanted to see more.
I just want to see more.
I don't think I get that.
Underrated. I feel like
Because underrated is somebody I feel underrated. If I was asking you, what's the context of underrated? How are we going to discuss this? Because to me, underrated is more like, all right, somebody that might have either started off dope and didn't like. All of a sudden, they became either weak or they pulled off some shit that they don't get their just due. Like Piccolo to me might be considered somewhat. I think Piccolo is underrated.
Yeah,
because
for what he did,
for what he's done, and then he's still, even though he's not as strong, he like power wise he can't survive. He's always like some type of mastermind. And be like, Goku, you have to do this. This is what is getting done. He always explains. He's kind of like a narrator of Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah.
Dragon Ball, to be honest.
Yeah.
He's always letting us know what's going on as fans when they're fighting. Well, actually, Goku's doing this, and this is why this is happening. Yeah. And then we be like, oh, okay, cool. He's always kind of like that dude. So I think he's definitely underrated because
he hears everything.
Right, he hears everything. And
I mean, he fucking the reason they held their own against Broly. Like,
yeah,
it's like y'all got to get the earrings, fam. Like y'all got to do the dance now. Like,
he's literally he saved them multiple times. He got Gotenks going.
Yeah, he raised Gohan, who I feel like is the poster child of underrated. In a sense, if you're talking in the sense of was dope and then fell off, but I feel like that's more so a fall off than a.
We got to do an episode about fall off characters later, but he would definitely be in the fall off. But yeah, and I think I think here's the thing about Dragon Ball Super, and I know y'all gonna be like, well, you Dragon Ball hogging right now because I know that's my shit. But if you're reading the manga of Super, Gohan has had some dope moments. The anime ain't giving him the moments though, which I think is kind of whack. I wish kind of the anime followed the Super manga because Gohan has some pretty dope moments. He fought some dope fights, and I think Gohan fans would have like especially somebody like Rob who's a Gohan fan. Yeah. If they would have did it like the manga, he would have been like, okay, cool. I'm cool with that. I understand you can't put Gohan back in the same exact power scale as Goku and Vegeta, but they gave him enough power in the manga to where you like, I'll take that. Yeah. And he's clearly coming back up.
That's good. I haven't read the manga yet. I want to. I haven't even, to be super honest. I've been saying this a whole bunch of times. I still haven't finished the Tournament of Power.
Yeah. So some people just watch the clips, but Piccolo's in there. I think Piccolo should definitely be one of probably the most underrated characters, just because of what he says and does and gets things and gets the characters to get stuff done. He has a wealth of knowledge that no other character in that Kazakame.
Yeah, because I was just about to say, Kame by himself, especially early on, right? He's an underrated character in there.
Yeah, so once they, they fuse together pretty much, it's like he has all that knowledge to where it's like he knows all the stuff about different things around the universe, and this is why this is happening, and watch out with this guy's type of powers. Even in like, I guess, spoiler alert if you're not reading the manga, he's the one when Gohan comes and fights again. Pretty much he's like, yo, you got to watch out for this particular person because he has this type of power and he just got me with it. So watch out. So that's why Gohan's able to maneuver and fight this dude and give this guy kind of the business, to be honest.
I think, too, it's funny, too, because now that you say that, he is kind of a guinea pig for a lot of villains. Like, he's a person that's like, he realizes there's smoke and he goes to it, gets fucked up, and then just comes back like, hey, bro. These
very
niggas
true.
is real.
So who else you got?
This is for my Naruto people. I feel like Rock Lee is super underrated. And then Mike Guy, I'll talk about them separately. So Rock Lee, that's like you said, you saw that clip of him fighting Gaara, the dude, when you said somebody showed you a clip and you was like, this is dope. Fire. Yeah. So it's the green guy. Yeah. So Rock Lee is the green guy, and I think it's super dope because if just a real quick synopsis of, not synopsis, but just the powers in Naruto, everybody has what they call ninjutsu, and ninjutsu is like basically like a magic, and you can do certain moves and stuff like that. Kind of like if Dragon Ball Z turns, like you can do a Kamehameha. Just imagine people in Dragon Ball Z that can do Kamehameha waves, spirit bombs, Galick guns, all of that stuff. But the thing about Rock Lee, he doesn't have ninjutsu. He only can use taijutsu, so he can only fight with his hands. Like he can't do any. So just like imagine putting somebody in Dragon Ball Z, somebody fighting, and they can't do no Kamehamehas. They can't do no
power beams.
No like power, no type of power beams. He just straight fist, and he holds his own throughout the whole show with everybody that has these power levels. So I think he's super underrated. Yeah, because he can't use ninjutsu, and it's something that like it bothered him as a kid, and then he's just like, fuck it. Like if I can't use it, then I'm gonna still be a ninja. And people was telling him like, bro, you're not gonna be a ninja. Like, how the fuck you gonna be a ninja? You can't use ninjutsu. So all he has is taijutsu, but he still holds his own. Like he fought Gaara, who was like the top dog at the time and people his age with the ninjutsu that he had, and he was able to fuck him up. Like, granted, he ended up getting his legs broken. He got fucked up at the end, but the fact that he's able to hold his own, he only gets better throughout the whole show. I feel like he's super underrated.
And even though I haven't watched it, and you saying that, I think that's what underrated is right there. He's literally underpowered in the sense of powers. Yeah. And he's able to hang with these dudes because he literally probably was like, yo, I have to train 5 times as hard as them because they have these extra powers. Because the clip that I saw, I was like, who the fuck is he? Like, forget this bowl cut is trash. Right. But I was like, yo, this dude is he putting work in there.
And he did, and that's how he does. He just outworks everybody. He just comes up. He pulls up on people like doing hand push-ups. Like, he walks on his hands. He does all of this stuff to make his body better so he can hang with those guys. And that's the other thing too. Is like he got that inspiration from his sensei, which is Mike Guy, who is another guy who is the same thing. Is he wasn't able to do ninjutsu.
Was he that dude that when I sent y'all that clip, that rapping clip in the
black one? Yeah.
Is he really black in the show?
No, he's white. He's Japanese.
Black Mike.
Yeah. But yeah, that was his brother, black guy, which is a funny clip too.
Yeah. Okay, I was because I was thinking when you said that, the name sounded familiar.
Yeah, and then my favorite character is Kakashi, and they're like rivals. And Kakashi's who people who watch the show will know, like, Kakashi's power level and what he's capable of doing is insane. So he's on the same level as Kakashi, which again shows how dope he is, and he works hard. And he has this thing called like the 8th inner gates that he unlocks, and the higher the gate is, the more pain that it causes on his body. So like the villain at the end of the show, Madara, he fights Madara. Like, just the fact, and he hung with him, and he was like the first person to land a blow on him after a bunch of people, Kakashi included, tried to fight him. Naruto, like, a bunch of people tried to fight him, and they couldn't land a blow on him. But then when he fused and got stronger, and he was just on God level power, and then my guy was able to land a blow on him, and he did it to where like his punch was so forceful that it had a current to it, and he hit him with it. And I just think that was so dope, and everybody was like, yo, what the fuck? Like, we just been over here struggling, and then my guy just pull up and fuck him up. So I think that's just one of them things where he's able to hang with those guys. Both him and Rock Lee, super underrated for that.
This is probably I don't think y'all might not agree with me on this, but this is how I felt about the show when I was watching it. I think Full Metal Alchemist, I think Alphonse is underrated. And I felt like he was underrated because he was always clearly behind Ed, of course. Yeah. Right? Like head and heels above. He was barely able to, get the clap going. He just wasn't as good. He wasn't as strong. But then he's had a lot of moments. He saved what's her name? I forgot her name. From getting burned up. The Mustang's homegirl, I think it was.
Oh yeah, Hawk something.
Yeah, I forgot.
Hawkeye.
Yeah, forgive me for not remembering her name.
It's some type of Hawk. It's something with a Hawk.
Yeah, he saved her. He came through. He's been super super clutch. He's put Ed in his place a few times himself. And not having a body, keeping his composure through that whole situation about like just trying to get his body back, just being pretty much a big bag of metal. Yeah. But I think he's like, when I was watching the show, I was kind of like, when I remember first watching, I was like, y'all gonna probably kill me for this, but I was like, this nigga low key trash, man. I was just like, man,
yeah, Colonel Hawkeye. Yeah, Reza Hawkeye.
I was like, he ain't really pulling his weight. He's doing okay. He's damn near in the weight in a lot of instances
because he's big too.
He's big, and then even though he's baby bro, he's just like, I understand how I'm a little brother too. You kind of get in the way of shit when big bro trying to handle business. Yeah, and
because Ed was always with the shits.
Ed wanted to smoke with everyone, and you call him small too. Or who you calling small out here? Yeah, so I felt like in that sense he was, I guess, Winry too, because she saved their ass a lot of times getting them fixed up. Yeah. But I felt like Alphonse was underrated, and it took me a while to even grow to like him, because not like that I hated him, but I was just like, I don't care for him. Right. I wanted his body back, of course, but I was just like, I was all about Ed. Like, yo, Ed is a beast. Mustang is a beast.
Yeah, Mustang's my guy. I feel like his defining moment was when he fought the Crimson Alchemist. I feel like when he fought the Crimson Alchemist and the Lion and shit and all of them were out there, and he fucking was he went to work. Like, that's honestly one of the best fight scenes of that whole show. Yeah. And he had he just went to work. I just think that's the really. If y'all don't go Google it, go YouTube it. Like that fight scene was dope, and he. I was like, oh shit! Like,
that was one of the moments where I was like, okay,
Alphonse not playing out here, and I think that's what they were building to. I think that they wanted him. Not necessarily in the shadows, but kind of be like the weaker of the two brothers. But then I think that was his defining moment, and he showed up and he gave the Crimson Alchemist some the business. You know, he was just struggling. He even caught him off guard. He was like, "Yo, what the fuck?" Like, and even the people watching it, the line and stuff, he was just like, "Bro, this dude is serious." Like, and he fought. Who was the one of the sins was with them too, and he fought the boy, didn't he? I can't remember. I'm gonna just look up the fight scene, but he went to work, and I think that was one of my favorite moments from him. And then that point on, he was riding.
Would you have considered him underrated?
Yeah,
or am I tripping?
No, for sure. He was super underrated. I think that moment doesn't save him from being underrated, just because the bulk of the show he was kind of in Ed's shadow.
Because I was thinking about that when I was putting it together. And I was like, man, I was like. I didn't care to get flack for it, but I was like, maybe I'm tripping. Maybe when I was watching it, I was just so into Ed and so into Colonel Mustang, where I was just like, maybe I just overlooked Alphonse. Because I know a lot of people, they said that was their favorite character.
I can see why too, because like you said, maybe being a little brother, and some people being a little brother, and they thought he looks dope. Like, and a lot of times when you think of Full Metal Alchemist,
this shit is
you
hard.
think of he fought Pride, so he fought Pride and then Kimberly, like he fucking went to work. Like, we can't show it, but he went to work.
Yeah.
But
who else would you have then
from Full Metal?
Oh, I mean, if you got anybody else in mind,
I think I like for those who watch Tokyo Ghoul, I love Tokyo Ghoul. Juzo, I feel like Juzo was a big person that was super underrated. He was on the well, first off, a lot of people thought he was a girl because how he looked, which is a lot of a big thing in anime. But he just always came with the shit. I feel like his I can't remember what they called it. It's been so long since I watched the show, but it's the weapon that they use to fight the ghouls and stuff. I feel like his Kaneki is the name of the character. Whatever, but the weapon that he used to fight with was super dope. I feel like that shit was dope as fuck, and he was just always a funny dude. And I feel like it was underrated how much work he put in. I wish you watched the show so you'd know, but like he put in a lot of work. But yeah, he's super underrated. I think that show in general is super underrated. I feel like Tokyo Ghoul is a dope ass show. I might actually.
I started it and didn't finish it. Man, but when I was watching it was cool. I don't know why I didn't finish it. It wasn't on like it being trash. I think I just got sidetracked with something else, and it was just like, I'll get back to it. Yeah. And I do that a lot of time with anime. I'll get back to it, and then I'm like, oh, I got to start back all over now. I don't remember none of this shit.
Yeah. Yeah, but yeah, Juzo. And I feel like he's super underrated.
You know what's not underrated? Gangsta is ass. Nothing is underrated about that anime. At all. The characters, the show,
trash.
The prostitutes,
trash.
The villains,
trash.
The fight scenes had potential,
trash.
Everything about that show,
trash.
I still forgot who recommended it.
Trash. The audience.
Was that it was an audience. Yeah, it was an audience pick. And then there was another dude that I knew that recommended it. And I can't say I'll fight him because he's Samoan. So
yeah, Polynesians.
Yeah, he'll throw me.
It's a different level of smoke.
Top of a roof. Yeah.
I feel like just talking about stuff that we watch, I feel like Askeladd is a little underrated.
I can see that because I think even when you look at Thorkill, when Thorkill, someone's like, you the dude? Because I mean, you look at Askeladd, he's not physically imposing.
Yeah,
his skill set seems like it's good. His intelligence is what puts him head above heels, and his patience, and I think his experience.
Yeah,
he has a whole lot of experience to where he's like, this is how I'm gonna get it done. You know what I'm saying? I think he's an overthinker, so he always overplans. Like, all right, if this happens, I got this in the pocket ready to go.
Right.
Like when he was like, something's up with Thor. We gotta fight Thor. He was like, something just don't seem right about this mission, man.
Yeah.
I gotta have a backup plan, and they was getting their ass smoked.
Yeah, they was getting fucked.
And he was like, hey, I'm not gonna I ain't gonna be beating your ass, nigga. But these arrows,
we got him. And then I think the dope thing too was with the fire in the forest. I thought that was super dope. That was super smart.
Yeah, they came through, even picking up the little the boats coming through, and I give you that. I can see why somebody might say Askeladd's overrated because, I wouldn't think of him as I didn't think he was gonna be this dope. And it keeps going.
Yeah.
At this point, I was like, at some point, either he would have fell off, or they would have just been like, all right, we gotta get a new guy, somebody else at some point. But he keeps coming through in the goddamn clutch, and getting stuff done.
Yeah.
He's a clutch dude, and he's underrated. I'll give you that. He's underrated.
Cool.
Yeah.
That's all I got.
So you got?
What do you think of anybody from Mob?
Mob Psycho. Because I was gonna say, what have we watched? Who else can we think? Because I was just drawing a blank. Like I said, I'm low key delusional. So the fact that I was giving y'all all this, man, please just be patient with me. I will be back on track the next episode. I'm just literally, I'm still in another time zone right now.
Some people even said Mob himself was underrated. I couldn't agree with that myself because he fucking whoops everybody's ass.
Nah, I can't.
White
I can't
tea
say
poison.
that. Yeah. I can't say that. And Reagan, he didn't really do much.
Salt slap. I don't think I can't think of nobody off the top.
Nah. What's another one we watched?
Wolfwood. I feel like Wolfwood.
Somebody did. Like I was looking at the list. Somebody had Wolfwood as underrated. I give you that.
Yeah.
I can put Wolfwood in there.
I think he just came. His gun was super dope. Or guns.
His gun was super dope. He was fire. His
backstory was good.
His backstory was good. He got shit done.
Yeah.
Damn, I wish that was a better anime. I understand that you fuck with that and you got on me about it. I wanted to like Trigun. I wanted to like it.
I think the only deciding factor would have made it better if they were catching bodies. I feel like if they were catching bodies, that would have elevated the show for you. But since they were kind of a one-trick pony in your eyes,
it wasn't even just about necessarily always having to catch bodies. I just wish it was more, not necessarily death, but just more action.
Yeah.
Because I love the philosophical aspect of it. I thought that was dope. I like that. But I was just like, bro, I want more action. I want more smoke going on.
I think with the set pieces and everything, you would think there would be more action.
Right.
Especially put in the West and whatnot.
Put in the West, and it's just called Trigun. I'm thinking he's just smoking people out with the gun all the time. It's just like, What else have we watched? We talked about Yu. We talked about Trigun, Mob. Yo. And I know you might not agree with this.
I know what you about to say.
Who am I about to say?
You about to say Evangelion?
I was gonna say Shinji might be underrated, bro.
I knew it. Fuck out of here.
How not?
Fuck out of here.
How not?
He's a bitch. We gonna go through this again.
Shinji has to be underrated.
How?
Because I had him on mine, but I was just going back and forth with what I should say or not. But he has to be. He literally came. They literally went to. He was a go-to.
He's a bitch.
And then when he felt like he couldn't do it, what happened? He got the shit done.
He's a bitch.
And is he an overpowerful character? No. He don't really know what the hell he's doing.
That's the fact. He's crying. 98% of his screen time is spent crying.
But what's the other 2%? Getting it done.
the fucking, and not even him, the Evangelion gets it done. Especially if you include the movie where he literally refuses to do something, and the Evangelion is like, "Fuck it, I'ma just take over and do the shit." He's just there, like he's just like the necessary key to do it. If there was anybody else there, then if Ryu could have done the shit, she would have done it. But she's not the key that they needed. That's all that I'll give him that he's a pivotal piece of them winning. That's just because his person, and that's because who his dad. What's his name? Keenan. What's his dad name? Fuck it.
I forgot his name. Shitty ass daddy.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
Punk ass daddy.
Yeah.
Which is another episode that we got coming.
Yeah.
But I think just because he was a necessity, him as a person, he's not underrated. He just was made to be. He's just that guy by default.
I don't know. I feel like if Brennan was here, I feel like he would argue that he might be underrated, or that he's not underrated because he's a boss.
Yeah. I feel like he's not underrated just because you knew what you were going to get. You knew why he was there. You knew why his father even brought him there for that point. It's just because he was necessary for the Evangelion sync ratio. Like synchronicity. Shout out to Brennan. So he was there for that reason. So I don't think him himself is underrated because there was never a time where he was, he saved the day and you didn't, and it was him personally.
I think there was.
When it was just him, he
willed it. His will got it done. And that's with all these characters. A lot of times, their determining factor that separates them from every other character, that separates Goku and Vegeta, is their will. Is his will.
But he never had it.
He willed wins.
His Evangelion wielded it.
Wielded it.
Wielded it because I was about to almost spit. Wielded it.
I don't know.
I don't think he's. I think he's exactly where. However people feel about him, that's exactly where he needs to be.
He is who he is.
Yeah. I don't think he's overrated either. I just feel like he's just right there.
You think he's a bitch?
I do think he's a bitch 100%.
Okay, that's all I have on my list. Who else? Can we think of anybody else that from any other anime that we watched?
What do we watch? Kill the Kill. We just need a fucking list of like all of the stuff that we watched because it's getting kind of out of hand.
Yeah.
As much as we watched.
What did we watch recently?
What was before Vinland Saga?
Kuroko basketball.
Shout out to the audience.
Yo, y'all overrated.
Yeah.
That's what y'all are as an audience for these fucking picks
bullshit
right now. That's some bullshit.
I feel like if you want to go for that show specifically, I feel like the dude. I feel like the senior is underrated.
Yeah.
I feel like he's underrated.
I feel like his teammates just in general are underrated.
Yeah.
I feel like honestly
outside of the catface dude, that dude is
he's weird. Yeah.
He's trash.
To be honest with you, I think the people that are underrated in that show is everybody that surrounds the five.
Yeah.
To be honest with you, because like old dude that had mad defense that was on
the black and red team.
Yeah, he was dope as hell too.
The one that talked too much.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I feel like all those guys pretty much had a guy on their team that was underrated and that ended up being good. Because I mean you can honestly say I guess Kuroko was underrated himself. And it's funny because I didn't keep watching. I just couldn't do it. But I did look at more clips from like later seasons, and I was just like, this shit is they got a little street ball aspect, and I was like, this shit is dope.
Oh my god!
The scene that I watched for them doing street ball.
Oh my god!
Because the animation got better, like the fluid, this is not a word, I'm sure. Fluidity. Fluidity.
Yeah.
I guess. Yeah. I'm gonna get killed for that online. But like the fluidness of like how they were like making the animation and dribbling, it just looked a lot better. It came a long way from like whatever season that I was watching that on. Forgot what else that we watched, but I mean for my list, that's what I had. We didn't really have too many discrepancies from each other. I feel like.
No, I feel like we, for the most part, we thought most people was underrated. Do you feel like Sadama is underrated at all?
No. I feel like I honestly I understand the world of One Punch Man, but right now I'm just like I'm over it. Like it's.
Did you watch second season?
I gotta still watch the second season, but I was like after the first season, I was like when people are talking about the second season and they're saying like it's pretty much the same, like in the sense of like he's not really getting challenged again. It's like, bro, like I don't like we said Mob Psycho is what it should have been. Like he's not going to be able, and then also Mob has a weakness. He can tap out because he can overpower himself. Yeah. He can pretty much like what is it? He falls asleep or what is it? Whatever he does. He passes out. He has that, so he has a weakness for him being overpowered like that. One Punch Saitama, he doesn't have that, and it's just like I'm not taking him beating Goku, fam. I'm not taking that, fam.
We're not doing this.
I'm not taking that, right?
There's nobody in the anime world that can beat him.
Well, I mean, how it's set up, no. How they have it set up, he's clearly the most overpowered caricature or whatever you want to call it, and he's just a monster, and you can't hurt him.
It's one punch.
Yeah, it's one punch and it's over.
Yeah. What, anybody from Samurai Champloo? That'd be the last one.
Oh yeah, Samurai Champloo. Ooh, underrated. Samurai Champloo.
I feel like the gay dude was super underrated. He never fucking came back.
Yeah, if he would have came back,
fuck, man.
I think we could have gave
I
him
feel like
something.
I would have liked that show better if he would have came back.
Yeah, because I think Mugen did what he had to do. Jin did what he had to do. Fu She was funny, comic relief.
Yeah.
The blind chick, fucking beast.
Yeah, she was dope.
Yeah, I don't think anybody was. I think they did it good. There was nobody that was necessarily underrated, at least in my eyes.
I don't think nobody had enough time to be underrated.
Yeah, I think you know, I think it's funny. We talk about like if they would have added more to the first season, like cut the bullshit out of the first season, but then added some more dopeness to the first season, like bringing, like you said, the gay dude back, bro. Like that would have been dope. They would have had Mugen use when he learned that
breathing or the time.
The power. Yeah, when he learned that, they would have had him develop that shit into different fighting skills. Like that would have been just super super dope. And I felt like maybe in the manga, like we just like, I understand you're probably gonna kill us. You got to read the manga. It's different. It's more stuff.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm not giving the manga a chance because how much I hated the TV show. Because I'm not gonna read bullshit. Like
I don't think the manga is gonna be bullshit for some reason. I think the manga is gonna be fire. Because I don't think they're gonna have time to bullshit you. I think the anime threw filler in there maybe and might have dropped the ball, to be honest.
Maybe. I don't know. Maybe because I mean the same thing. I'm not a fan of Akira, and Rob always talks about how great the manga is for Akira. So I might give that a shot. And I'm a big manga reader, hence why I'm so far with Demon Slayer. So
yeah. Oh, I was pounding those out, bro. I was staying up late night. My girl was like, "Yeah, you coming to bed?" I'm just, I'm on the computer real quick, doing some work. I was just fucking reading Demon Slayer.
I wish I should have. I just read them on my phone. I used to do them on my computer. Now I've just been on my phone going through them.
Yeah, I probably gotta get the app and then read it on there. Okay, so we got that was our list. Those are the people that we thought from the episodes that we've watched, and also just like our personal list, man. So what do y'all think? What is on your personal? First of all, do y'all agree with the people that are on our list?
All right,
that's one.
Y'all better.
And who do y'all have underrated from the anime that we watched? So put that in the comment section, and then also put in the comment section just who do you have that's underrated in general? Yeah, we want to know. And give us why, too, man. Don't just be like, yo, so-and-so. Yeah. Say why they're underrated so we can read that up. Okay, we feel that. Yeah. We feel that shit.
Has comment section where?
The comment section on YouTube.
Okay.
The YouTube page. Mm-hmm. You can always watch it on there. YouTube's free, so you ain't got to subscribe to that shit. You can always you got to subscribe to comment. But, yeah, man, jump on there. Or you can leave it in, if you follow us, if you're actually in the group text for Instagram, you can go on there. You can drop who you think is underrated in there. Yep. You can drop who you think is underrated just on the Instagram page in general. I know they've been on our ass about what's the next we're gonna even do next and what's the next anime. You said you had one in mind.
Yeah, I did. Just to let me know when if that's the next one, or we gonna keep doing the random boys.
Because I know we do want to keep doing some randoms. Cause a lot of people like that, but I think a lot of people do like following us and listening to what we're gonna watch next. So to be honest with you, I guess we'll probably be putting that on Instagram. So keep an eye out for that. What Ice's, because it's Ice's pick next.
You know what it is.
So it's gonna be if we're doing an ice pick, that'll be an ice pick. No pun intended. We'll be doing we'll be putting that on Instagram, letting y'all know so y'all can follow along, so y'all won't be behind. Go ahead and drop your stuff, bro.
Ice.McGowan. By the time this drops, it'll probably be the day of the show. But if you are in the LA area, or you know somebody in the LA area, come to the Bonfire show. It's gonna be lit. It's gonna be super lit.
Yeah. Follow me at Keenan Baker on everything. Keenan Baker. Hit us up, man. I know a lot of y'all will hit us up solo, so I appreciate that. A lot of people still hit up the actual AnimeShun team page. I appreciate that also. Yeah, man, and thank y'all for tuning in.
Oh, one something I want to say shout out to, because she always shows us love, and I don't know if we ever shouted her out. The
Gadget Geekery?
Yeah.
Gadget Geekery. Yeah. Gadget Geekery, shout out to you. She always shows mad love. She shows mad love on a personal page. She listens to my other podcast too. She is a real fan too, and she rock
with us.
And she's a real fan of anime also. Like she knows
her shit. She said and we had a conversation in the chat, and I was talking about how much anime I've watched, and she was like, and I was talking about like I've been watching anime since I was however old, like 8 or 9. She was like, I've been watching anime since '97, so shut your ass up, Ice. But
I mean, you got to look at it like that too, and it doesn't matter what age you started, because somebody might just have the time. Yeah. Like there's somebody that Brennan knew, and she was sending me her list, and I was like, dude, how do you even where like. how
even Keith in the 3-year span, he didn't caught up to
Keith
a lot of people.
Yo, Keith put mad work in. A lot of y'all put mad work in, man. Shout out to a lot of y'all, man. Rocking y'all. Shout out to y'all.
You're right.
For keeping rocking with us, man. And we appreciate y'all, man, showing that love, man. And yeah, man. We'll see y'all next week, and thank y'all for tuning in to another episode. Oh, make sure y'all follow Rob and Brennan, Mr. Producer Face, and RV Danger on Instagram. Follow them too. And we thank y'all for tuning in to another episode of AnimeShun. We out.
Peace out.
And so anime was solved forever.